Very good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about a new topic, which is nothing but gamma integral. Gamma integral. So this is a special type of important result which will be useful only for improper definite integral. Improper definite integral means if your definite integral is improper, then only we can use this gamma integral. Okay, so let us try to understand what is this definite integral and what is this improper definite integral. Afterwards we'll learn what is the definition of this gamma integral. First, let us see the definition of this indefinite integral first. Before learning gamma integral, first let us see what is indefinite integral. So an integral for which there is no limit. No limits means without limit. So if an integral is there without limits, then we have to call it as an indefinite integral. For example, integral f of x dx. So this is called as indefinite integral. Why? Because we don't have any kind of limits over here. Here and here there are no limits. So for that reason we are going to call it as an indefinite integral. Now if we are talking about proper indefinite integral, so let us talk about that. Proper definite integral. So we know that the name definite integral says that proper definite integral. An integral with a limit. With a limit a and b. If I am assuming the limits are a and b and function f of x is continuous. So the function should be continuous over the intervals a b. Over the intervals a b. Closed interval a b means which includes a and b. That indicates that closed interval a comma b. So what we can write here, integral a to b f of x dx. So this indicates the proper definite integral. Means if I want to call C, the difference between indefinite integral and definite integral is that without limits means that is an indefinite integral. So the remaining case, if limits are there, then we will call it as a proper definite integral. So we are talking about proper and improper. Observe the difference here. If I am saying it as a proper, then the limits will be a comma b f of x dx. Now, if I am talking about improper definite integral, improper definite integral, an integral with the limit, an integral which is having the limit with at least a or b or both are infinite. Means either a may be infinite or b may be infinite. That type of means and continuous. It should be infinite as well as the function should be continuous over the intervals a comma b. So the definition we can write is integral 0 to infinite f of x dx. So in this case we will call it as an improper definite integral. In this case we can use the gamma integral. So this is the definition of improper definite integral. It indicates that, see, the difference is that in proper definite integral there will be some values, but in improper definite integral the integral will be having infinite values. Now let us see the definition of this gamma integral. gamma integral. So for n greater than 0, integral 0 to infinite e power ax minus ax x to the power of n dx. We can write like this also. First x na variable x to the power of n minus 1 e power ax dx. So where we can write it as minus x is called gamma function. It is denoted by this is the symbol for gamma. Okay. Gamma of n, because it is variable n, so gamma of n. Now, there is one formula related to this gamma integral. See that. Next, there is some special case where for n greater than 0, integral 0 to infinite x power n e power ax dx. E power minus x dx. If this is there, the answer will be n factorial by a power n plus 1. So this is a special case, okay, of gamma function, of gamma integral of gamma function. Okay. So let us see some properties. First property is that gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1, where n is greater than 0. N is greater than 1, not 0, n is greater than 1. So gamma of n is equals to another equation, gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. Third one, gamma of n minus 1 is equals to n plus 1 is equals to gamma of n into gamma of n. Next, fourth one very important, gamma of 1 by 2 is equals to root 5. And the fifth property, gamma of 1 is equals to 1. So these are the 5 properties where we are going to use for the questions. So very simple concept, gamma integral. So this is the important, most important formula which we are going to apply in the exercise questions. So let us take some questions so that we will understand better. So example 2.80. Example 2.80, first question here. Gamma of 6. So question is gamma of 6. It's a normal number. So n minus 1 into, we know na, n minus 1 into we can write, or since it is a normal number, we can reduce 1 directly. So we apply gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 factorial. Gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 factorial. This is one of the properties. So here n minus 1 means here n is 6, n is equals to 6. So the answer is gamma of 6 is nothing but 5 factorial. So how to do this factorial means 5 factorial na 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 5 4 23 62 is 120. 120 will be the answer. Let us do another question. We have some subdivisions in this. gamma of 7 by 2. Second question is talking about gamma of 7 by 2. So in this gamma of 7 by 2, it is a fractional value. Now we apply first formula, that is gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. It keeps on repeating. Why? Because we have a formula of gamma of 1 by 2 is equals to root pi. Until we get this, we are keeping on solving this. So we are going to get here. So gamma of 7 by 2 is 7 by 2 minus 1 into gamma of 7 by 2 minus 1. So 7 by 2. 7 by 2 means 5 by 2. 5 by 2, gamma of 5 by 2. Again we will apply. So it will become 5 by 2 minus 1 into gamma of 5 by 2 minus 1. So 5 by 2 minus 1, what it will become here? 3 by 2. So that is equals to 3 by 2 gamma of 3 by 2. Again we will apply here 3 by 2 minus n minus 1 factorial and gamma of n minus 1. So it will become 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2. 1 by 2 as it is, we know that what is the formula, what will be the resultant value of gamma of 1 by 2 root pi. So 1 by 2 into root pi. Now let us do another third question here, third subdivision. Integral 0 to infinite e power minus 2x x to the power of 5 dx. This is the question to be solved. See here how to solve. So we apply integral 0 to infinite e power minus ax x to the power of n dx. This is the formula. I have already said that this is the important result. So if it is there, we have write n factorial by a power n plus 1. So here n value is how much? Here n is equals to, what is the n value here? In place of n, what is that here? 5. And a value is how much here? 2. So if I apply the formula n factorial, that is 5 factorial by a is how much here? 2. 2 power 5 plus 1. That is 5 factorial by 2 power 6. Further we can simplify. Next, let us do exercise 2.10. So let us do the second subdivision. Gamma of 9 by 2. Gamma of 9 by 2. So while solving this, we apply gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. So where n value is 9 by 2. Here n is equals to 9 by 2. So let us apply here 9 by 2 minus 1 gamma of 9 by 2 minus 1. So it will be 7 by 2 gamma of 7 by 2. So again we will apply the same formula here. This is gamma, not plus. So 7 by 2 minus 1 gamma of 7 by 2 minus 1. So it will become 5 by 2. 5 by 2 gamma of 5 by 2. Next again we will apply n minus 1 formula. So here again 5 by 2 minus 1 gamma of 5 by 2 minus 1. So it will become 3 by 2 gamma of 3 by 2. Again we will apply 3 by 2 minus 1 of 3 by 2 minus 1. So it will become 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2. So factorial of 1 by 2 is root pi. So 1 by 2 root pi. The value of gamma of 1 by 2 is root 5. Let us take another question. Fifth question, let us take. Integral 0 to infinite e power minus x by 2 x power 5 dx. So here it is in the form of, we apply. What formula we are going to apply here? It is looking like our formula. So integral 0 to infinite e power minus ax x to the power of n dx can be written as n factorial by a power n plus 1. Here n is equals to 5 and a is equals to 1 by 2. A is equals to 1 by 2. So if I substitute in the formula, so it will become integral 0 to infinite e power minus x by 2 x to the power of 5 dx is equals to n, which is 5 factorial divided by a value is 1 by 2 whole power 5 plus 1. So that is 5 factorial divided by 1 by 2 whole power 6. So 1 by 2 whole power 6, 1 power 6 by 2 power 6. So 5 factorial by 1 by 2 power 6. So this can be written as 2 power 6 into 5 factorial. We can stop up here. So let us take another question. Fourth question, let us take. Integral 0 to infinite e power minus 4x x to the power of 4 dx. So similar question what we have solved previously, the same question here. Values have been changed. We apply. What is the formula we are going to apply here? Integral 0 to infinite e power minus ax x to the power of n dx, that can be written as n factorial by a to the power of n plus 1. So here n value is 4, a value is also 4. So if you are substituting in that, integral 0 to infinite e power minus 4x x to the power of 4 dx is equals to n 4 factorial divided by 4 to the power of a value is 4 to the power of 4 plus 1. Here 4 factorial na? So 4 factorial divided by 4 power 5. So this can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. So 4 gets cancelled, 2 1s 2 2s. So it will be 3 by 64 128.